church in Cologne holds a secret. Behind its walls are thousands of human bones, not from a battlefield, not from a plague, but from a story about 11,000 young women, led by a princess, killed in a single massacre. But here's the unsettling part. Historians still argue about one chilling question. Did 11,000 girls really die here? Or did a single mistranslated word create the deadliest legend in Christian history? Welcome to Behind the Crime. Step into the real stories, raw footage, and shocking truths. The story begins with a girl named Saint Ursula, a princess, beautiful, intelligent, deeply religious. According to medieval tradition, she lived sometime in the 4th century, and powerful men wanted to marry her. One proposal came from a pagan prince, a political marriage, an alliance. But Ursula made a shocking demand. She would only marry him after a pilgrimage to Rome, and she wouldn't travel alone. She would travel with 11,000 virgin companions. Yes, 11,000 young women crossing Europe together, which raises the first impossible question. Where did 11,000 girls even come from? The legend says the journey began by ship, a fleet moving up the Rhine River, wind snapping the sails. Thousands of girls singing prayers. Imagine it, white garments, lanterns glowing on the water, hope everywhere. They passed through Basel, then continued toward Rome, where even the Pope, the story says, was moved by their devotion. But something strange happened, a prophecy. Ursula reportedly had a vision, a warning. If they returned home, they would all die. And still, they began the journey back. Why? Faith? Courage? Or did they already know their fate? When the ships reached Cologne again, the city had changed. Invaders surrounded it. The Huns had arrived. Warriors from the east. Brutal, unforgiving. The legend says they captured the women. One by one, the soldiers offered them a choice. Abandon their faith or die. According to the story, every single one refused. And the executions began. Thousands killed, arrows, swords, chaos, bodies everywhere. Then the Hun leader saw Ursula, and he stopped, struck by her beauty. He offered her something different, marriage, power, life. Ursula refused. So the leader drew his bow and fired. The arrow struck her chest, and the princess collapsed, dead. But here's where the mystery deepens, because historians later discovered something strange, very strange. Centuries later, workers excavated land near Saint Ursula Church. They expected ruins. Instead, they found thousands of skeletons, men, women, children, an enormous burial site. And the church did something unusual. Instead of hiding the bones, they displayed them. Walls made of skulls, patterns built from femurs, a crypt filled with the dead. But the bones raise more questions, because archaeologists noticed something troubling. Many skeletons weren't young women at all. Some were men, some were elderly, some were children, which leads to the unsettling possibility. What if the story of 11,000 virgins was never real? Scholars studying ancient manuscripts noticed a tiny detail, a Latin inscription. It referred to 11 MV. For centuries, people read it as 11,000 virgins. But some historians think it actually meant something else. 11 martyrs and a virgin named Ursula. Just 12 people, not 11,000. One small misreading, one scribal mistake. And suddenly, a legend exploded across medieval Europe. Pilgrims came from everywhere. Relics were collected. Stories grew larger, until the number reached 11,000. Today, the bones remain inside Saint Ursula Church. Thousands of them, silent, unidentified, still arranged in haunting designs. No one can say exactly who they were. Victims of war, ancient cemeteries, or something else entirely. The truth may be buried among them, So when visitors walk to the bone-lined crypt in Cologne, they see thousands of skulls staring back. But only one question really matters. Were these the remains of 11,000 martyrs, or the evidence of history's most powerful mistake? Thank you for watching this episode of Behind the Crime. We share these stories not to sensationalize, but to remember the victims, learn from the past, and raise awareness. If you found this story compelling, consider subscribing and turning on notifications. We explore real cases that deserve to be told. And remember, justice doesn't always come quickly, but truth has a way of surfacing. Stay safe. Stay curious. Behind the Crime.